Welcome to the Perspective TV viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. So in this video, we're going to be talking some football. See where the CONCACAF Nations League, the draw for the CONCACAF Nations League took place today, and the groups have been confirmed. So we're going to be looking at that, and also talking some Jamaica Premier League. The semifinals have the first leg of the semifinals took place yesterday. So we're going to be reviewing the results and some of the performances in the game. So starting with the CONCACAF Nations League, the draw for all the leagues in the Nations League was done today, and the groups have been confirmed. So in League A, I'm going to be looking at the groups in League A. So Jamaica has been drawn in Group B of League A, and accompanying them in Group B will be Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Nicaragua, and French Guyana. So again, Jamaica will be in Group B of the CONCACAF Nations League, and accompanying them in Group B will be Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Nicaragua, and French Guyana. So that's a group with some decent teams, but I don't see any reason why Jamaica should not advance out of this group. As a matter of fact, it will, from a Jamaican football fan perspective, it will be very disappointing if the Jamaican team does not advance out of this group with these teams. While I acknowledge that Honduras is a good team, Trinidad, is a good team as well. Nicaragua, they can play as well. And Cuba, they have talent. And all the teams have talent. But Jamaica should make it out of this group, pretty comfortably, in my opinion. If they don't, it will be a very disappointing performance by them. So in Group A of the Nations League, we see so it's Costa Rica, Guatemala, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Suriname, and Guyana. So going over it again, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Suriname, and Guyana. So that will be Group A of the CONCACAF Nations League, League A. Again, some good teams in that group. I'm not going to make any predictions in that group. Any team can come out of that group. Kind of more focus in the predictions on Group B, which contains Jamaica, as I do expect them to advance from that group pretty comfortably. But those are the groups in the CONCACAF Nations League, League A, that is. Obviously there are other leagues, League B, League C, and I think there's even League D. But in this video, only going to be focusing on the top league, which is League A. All right, so moving on to the Jamaica Premier League now. We'll see where the semifinals, the first leg of the semifinals took place yesterday. And there were some very exciting matches. And the matchups were, so Arnett Gardens went up against Cavalier, and defending champions Mount Pleasant, they went up against Waterhouse. So starting with the Arnett Gardens and Cavaliers match, it ended in a 1-1 draw. But, that match was very, very exciting. A lot of chances created. And it was a very exciting match, a very good match to watch, as a fan, even especially as a neutral fan, just watching the match, just to see good quality football. It was a very good match to watch, So Arnett so Cavalier, dominated the game for the first 20 minutes. They played some good football, pressing high up the field. And Arnett Gardens was unable to retain the ball for any period of time in those first 20 minutes of the match. Cavaliers created a lot of good opportunities to score, but they did not score any of those opportunities. And Arnett Gardens, once they got a foot in the game, they created a few chances of their own, and they were able to take the lead late in the first half with a brilliant build-up and finish by Arnett Gardens. That goal was a brilliant build-up, and it was a very clever finish by Jaheim Thomas. So Arnett Gardens took the lead in the first half, but Cavalier responded quickly. And honestly, in my opinion, Arnett Gardens kind of scored against the run of play. but Cavaliers, they did respond quickly and scored almost immediately after Arnett Garden scored, with their top scorer, Jalmara Calvin, him scoring, equalizing for them to get them back in the game, and in the second half, it was a very closely contested match. But like I said, the match ended up in a 1-1 draw. So both teams will have all to play for, going into the second leg of the semifinals. But like I said, it was a very exciting match and definitely looking forward to the second leg of this match. I won't make if I had to predict, it's kind of hard to make a prediction on who I think is going to win. Both teams have quality players, have quality coaches. So as a neutral, I'm just watching and hoping, just watching and seeing which one of these teams will come out on top. Whichever one comes out on top will definitely won't be a surprise to me. In the other semi-final, where Mount Pleasant and Waterhouse went up against each other, another exciting match, closely contested. Waterhouse, the match ended in a 1-1 draw as well. Waterhouse, they came out with a game plan and they stuck to their game plan, and they had the lead until late in the second half, right? So Waterhouse scored first, with their top goal scorer, Javian Bryan, scoring another goal for them to give them the lead. He's actually the leading goal scorer in the Jamaica Premier League this year. And he showed his quality again, by scoring in the semi-final against the defending champions. And but late in the second half, who else but Suelae Mcalla? They call him Captain Clutch, and he scored again for Mount Pleasant to help them to secure that draw. And honestly speaking, I don't know where Mount Pleasant would be without Suelae Mcalla. Even last year when they won the title, it was goals from Suelae Mcalla that carried them in the playoffs. He's done it on numerous occasions throughout the regular season of this year, scoring goals in important moments for them. And he did it again in the semifinals, scoring a goal to equalize for them. So both teams will have all to play for going into the second leg. Should be another exciting encounter. I do think, and I can full disclosure, I wouldn't say I want Mount Pleasant to win. I'll put it that way, right? But I still enjoy watching good football, and I would definitely won't be surprised if Waterhouse wins, because they have a good quality coaching staff and they have the leading goal scorer. They have a quality team. That might be underestimated, but they do have a quality team. And Mount Pleasant will definitely have to step up their game in the second leg if they have any plans of defending their title. So the second leg, all to play for. Both, all teams in the semi-final will have everything to play for going into the second leg of the Jamaica Premier League. Right. So but that's all I have for you as it relates to the Jamaica Premier League as well. So just to do a quick recap of the video. So the groups for the CONCACAF Nations League, have been confirmed, and Jamaica is in Group B along with Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad are Caribbean rivals. I'm not sure if they're happy to see us in their group, but they are in there. So we're going to be playing against Trinidad in the Nations League. Cuba, Nicaragua, and French Guyana. So those are the teams that will be in Jamaica's group. And in Group A of the Nations League, you have Costa Rica, Guatemala, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Suriname, and Guyana. So that's all I have for you in this video. As always, thanks for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comment section.